everyone, I'm Sonic, Sonic bringing some video games, TV news, and more. For today's analysis, we're going to be looking at The Walking Dead Season 3's teaser trailer. So, this teaser trailer was just released a couple days ago during Day 2 of E3 2016, and I gotta say, I am super excited to that we finally got this. Clementine looks awesome. The new secondary main character, Javier, looks really cool. Kind of reminds me, if you ever played Dead Rising 3, it kind of reminds me of the main character Nick from that, which in kind of more reasons than one, which I'll get into later. But so right now we're just gonna go over, before we go over the trailer, I'm just gonna play one more time for all of you before we start this.
That one was Mark II. We must be getting close. Just hold on.
Okay, now before we go into analyzing the actual teaser, I just want to point out a couple of things that Telltale has confirmed shortly after its teaser. So, it was confirmed after the Walking Dead Season 3 teaser trailer was revealed that we will be playing not only as Clementine in the Walking Dead Season 3, but this new character, Javier, too. So now it was confirmed that the Walking Dead Season 3 takes place a couple years after the events of Walking Dead Season 2, as we've obviously seen by the time skip. We see Javier, they say, is a major character in the Walking Dead Season 3 story, and that he's been surviving just as long as Clementine has. So, also from looking at Javier, he kind of seems to me, he looks kind of like either at oldest around 25, at youngest maybe around 21. That would put him basically around Clementine's age when back in season 1 time. So that means make him around maybe 15 when the zombie apocalypse started. So to see now he's basically taking care of Clementine now, that's interesting. Also, another thing is that Telltale has confirmed that there will be flashbacks to both The Walking Dead Seasons 1 and Season 2 in this. So, what I'm assuming these flashbacks are going to be that, basically, Telltale said that depending on what ending you got at the end of The Walking Dead Season 2, that will leave an effect on Clementine's personality in Season 3. So what I'm thinking is that I'm feeling, no matter what ending you got in Season 2, Clementine will always end up with Javier in Season 3 the same way, but depending on what ending you got in Season 2, that will change how she met up with Javier. So maybe what I think is what we'll probably get as a playable flashback to Season 2, in which we play as Clementine and explains how she got to Javier. Like maybe if we decide to go to Wellington gets overrun by walkers and Clementine escapes. If Clementine decides to leave Wellington with Kenny, maybe Kenny and her get attacked by walkers and she has to leave Kenny to die. Or if she chose to go with Jane and let the family in, they decide to try and take over the place and they kill Jane and Clementine escapes. So not quite sure how that could go down. Also, another thing to point out is that while Telltale also confirmed, and if you look closely at the trailer, you will notice this, that Clementine is missing her left ring finger. But shortly after that, Telltale has confirmed that Clementine losing her finger will be determinant. So it's currently unknown though this is based off a choice you made in Season 1 or 2, or maybe a choice that you make in Season 3, Episode 1 will result in her losing a finger. So we're quite not sure. So now we're going to go into just analyzing the actual trailer. So the trailer starts off in like this with the same backdrop that the last teaser the very first teaser sketch had, in this alleyway in like a destroyed city. Now the really important thing to look out for during this teaser is that Telltale put a lot of different Easter eggs in this. Now, while I think probably clutching at straws at some of them are deliberate references. So the first things first is this first screenshot when we have our clip when we have the walker waking up next to this dumpster. Now I'm trying to analyze all the graffiti that's shown on the dumpsters, the garbage pans, and everything. The only thing that comes out to me is this on the left side of the garbage of the dumpster. This is Brian R.A. I'm not sure if maybe this Brian will be a main character in Season 3, but we'll have to wait and see. And then we don't really get anything else after this. We just have a quick cuts. We show the walker. It shows the walker waking up, and then gives us a nice look of how the walker models are going to look like in Season 3, which looks really, really good, by the way. Actually, even better than Michonne's graphics. Now, after this, we have this shot of the walker walking down to the dead body next to this car crash. Now, what's really interesting here is if you look on the left side of the walker, you'll see this graffiti that says "Take Me," and then this other graffiti, which I'll get into later. We see the car crash that kind of looks like Kenny's car from Season 1, but the one thing that's really important is this sign that's on this marking that's on the walker's back. Now, to me, it kind of looks like a circle with a 6, or maybe it's 76, because this line makes it look like the line that makes the 6 kind of also looks like the line of a 7. Then you see a little dash right there. It kind of looks like the number 76 in a circle or something. So that's important. That'll be important later, and I'll explain why. So we see more of this walker walking down. When we get to this shot of the walker falling down to eat the body, we see also these 2 other graffitis. We see this giant pink graffiti. I'm not sure what it says. And then we see this other one that says jar. I'm not sure if it says jar or jab. Probably jar. But, no, it does say jab. So it says jab, but I'm not sure what we can infer from that. After that, we get this pan up of the walker eating this dead body, and you can see more graffiti here. The 2 things that stand out for me the most are on the white garbage basket that's right in front of the walker. You can see the initials WD on it. Now, obviously, that's a reference to Walking Dead, so I think that's just a nice little Easter egg of Telltale. It has nothing to do with that. But what really has me intrigued is this, what I assume to be his little graffiti on the car door. If you notice that, it seems illuminated in this small circle. I'm not sure what it says, or if it's even graffiti at all. Maybe it might just be rust. But the way Telltale is making it look, it does look like it's some sort of graffiti. To me, it looks kind of like it's saying Ivor, possibly as a reference to the character Ivor in Minecraft Story Mode. But I can't really tell. It looks, to me, it looks like Ivor, but feel free to put down in the comments what you think this graffiti is. So, after that, the walker's still eating the body. They turn around after the walker turns around after he hears a bunch of cans being knocked down. Then Clementine shoots the walker in the head. Now, after the walker dies, and before it cuts to Clementine and Javier, we get another look at this graffiti that I said previously is next to the "Take Me" graffiti. It looks like it kind of says Lyoko or something, and it kind of anyone remembers this old cartoon called Kolyoko about 10 years ago. But that's the first thing that comes to my mind. But really what you should also be paying attention to is the part of the concrete wall that's, like, destroyed. Because if you look really closely, it actually looks like a silhouette of Clementine's face. Now, if you look at the arrow right here that forms the Lyoko graffiti, that's the brim of Clementine's hat. The top of it is the main part of Clementine's hat. This little chunk on the far left is her ponytail, or her pigtails. And then this is her neck next to the gate, and then after that's her chin. So, to me, that looks like Clementine's head. I don't know if that has anything to do with who this Lyoko is. And maybe, because kind of, the O in Lyoko kind of looks like a D, so it could be look of Clementine's hat. I'm not quite sure. After that, we finally get our look at the main 2 playable characters of this game, Clementine and Javier. As I said before, we'll be playing as both Clementine and Javier in Season 3, similar to how we play as both Reese and Fiona in Tales from the Borderlands. But now, as you can see here, Clementine has her left ring finger all bandaged up, and it's significantly shorter than the rest of her fingers, so Clementine is missing her finger. Her hat seems to be in actually better condition than it was back in Season 2. We still see it's a little bit torn up like it was in Season 2. One thing that does worry me, though, is that the fact that we don't see the good side of Clementine's right hat, where Lee's blood was, so I don't know if Lee's blood is still on her hat. Just that's kind of personal preference. Now, the last really important thing here is that I'm trying to, before we go into Javier, though, because there's a lot of things people talking about here, I want to see, there's, like, because if we rewind a bit back to shortly after Clementine kills the walker, I'm trying to see if there's, like, We see her like carry. It's not like all the pistols. Clementine seems to be carrying some sort of custom-made pistol or camoed pistol. It's got this green forest camo all ducted up. I'm trying to look at it, see if there's any engravings on it that might be important, but nothing really I can see on Clementine's gun. We see Javier. He's carrying this we barely see if he's carrying like some sort of sawed-off shotgun. And then the most important thing here, though, is the fact that is the marking on Javier's neck. Now, if you look, he has the 76 symbol that was also on the walker that Clementine shoots. So, and then also, after Clementine kills the walker, Javier tells her that the walker that she just killed was marked and that they must be getting close. So what exactly are what are exactly Javier and Clementine looking for? And why does Javier have this mark? So what comes to mind to me is the fact that perhaps maybe they're in a Negan situation. Now, if you remember from the Walking Dead comics, Negan and the Saviors, whenever Negan found someone was having sex with one of his prostitutes, or his wives as he preferred to call them, he would brand them by ironing half of their face off. So it could be possible that maybe this mark that Javier has on his neck and the Walker had on its back is kind of similar, that Javier comes from this community where maybe all members got this mark on them. So I'm assuming that maybe it seems as though Clementine ends up meeting Javier, who escaped from this community, and maybe Javier's looking for someone, maybe his brother or something. And so it could be possible that because after Javier hands Clementine another clip for her pistol, we see after Javier walks in front of her, he says, "Just hold on to someone." We don't know who he's telling to hold on. I'm assuming it's someone close to him, not AJ or Kenny or Jane or whoever from season 2. It's probably a new character. I'm assuming probably someone close to Javier, maybe someone from his family, maybe his brother or something. So I'm assuming Clementine's probably after the events of season 2. She finds Javier. Javier tells Clementine about what's going on with his group, and that Clementine agrees to help him track down whoever Javier's looking for. So perhaps maybe AJ ended up being taken by this group too. Now, another thing to point out is that, now, you remember how I said that Javier seems very similar to Nick from Dead Rising 3? Alright, well, right now, I'm gonna give you all a chance to close this video right now if you have not played Dead Rising 3, because this is a major spoiler for Dead Rising 3. Alright, still here? Okay, so in Dead Rising 3, Nick is known for having a numbered tattoo on his neck. Now, to me, if you play Dead Rising 3, you'll find out that he was one of, I think 75, infants that were, infected with, the zombie virus that starts, all the outbreaks in the Dead Rising games. So, to me, that's the first thing that comes to mind when I see Javier, because Javier, from the start, he looks a lot like Nick in Dead Rising 3, and then he has this tattoo or marking on his neck, just like Nick did. It just, to me, seems a lot like Dead Rising 3. And so after that, we see just Javier hands the ammo clip to Clementine. We see her reloading her gun, and then Javier just walks in front of her, and that's pretty much it. But there is one more thing that's not actually in footage. It's actually in the logo of The Walking Dead. If you look at The Walking Dead Season 3's logo, inside the words The Walking Dead, you can actually see the 76 logo that was on Javier's neck and the walker's back. It's even in the background behind all the text. So I'm assuming that based on how the 76 logo appears in the Walking Dead logo itself, this leads me to believe that the 76 organization will be very important to the story of The Walking Dead Season 3. And so that was my analysis of The Walking Dead Season 3 teaser trailer. According to Telltale, Episode 1 of this season will come out this fall. Are you guys excited for The Walking Dead Season 3? If you are, be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and I will see you guys later.